some messages from our ancestors, what they want to tell us at this time, what they want us to know. This is a collective reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to each and every one of you who supports my channel, the likes, shares, comments, subscribes, timestamps, donations, the Amazon wishlist purchases, or the purchases of my services. It really helps me out, you guys, far more than you know. So thank you guys so much for that. Thank you as well to our ancestors, our guides, our angels, our God and Goddess, for all the messages that they bring to us, for the universal connection and energy that helps us to connect and helps us to find these messages when we need to see them. All that kind of stuff is really important in these readings, so definitely a big thank you to that as well. And we are going to get started with this reading. Let's see what's going on here that the ancestors would like to tell us about. Something about California, San Francisco, Sacramento, Los Angeles, Balboa, power lines, something about power lines. Pisces, imaginative or intuitive. Taurus, trustworthy. Who's trustworthy in your life? I will tell you who to trust. Intelligence, Gemini. Hi, Rashima. Nice to see you, beautiful. The number 12 could be important. Cancer. Aries. Actually, that's Capricorn, not Aries. But there could be something to do with an Aries here for someone as well. Someone's grandmother could definitely be coming through very strongly. Could be something to do with an ex-best friend as well. Love. Could be something to do with a love connection, or the love shared between you and your children, if you have children, is very unconditional. Virgo. Could be something to do with a sister. Estar, which reminds me of Aestra, which is actually the original goddess that there was a spring celebration for every year, a fertility celebration. And that's actually where they get Easter from. Is from Aestra. We have this beautiful little mermaid tale. De los Muertos. I just wanted to say that because somebody said it this morning and it was like De los Muertos, and they're like, I am so sorry for the way I pronounced that. And the whole time they were saying it, I was just like, De los Muertos, De los Muertos. I'm very good with pronunciation, although the learning of Spanish is going extremely slowly when I'm doing it. I kind of take breaks, apparently. Handmade. Virgo again. So there could definitely be something here about your siblings, about your family in general. The intelligence that you have within you is something that you need to start expressing to the world around you. Once you are okay with not worrying anymore about what anybody thinks about what you're speaking or expressing into this world, that is when you're going to be receiving your flowers, when you're going to be receiving your recognition. Somebody here might actually bring flowers to an ancestor as well, and they say, thank you so much for the beautiful gifts that you bring them. Somebody may have an altar that they have set up where they put out their favorite flowers. That is something that a lot of people do. I actually do that myself, and if that's the case, they are definitely saying thank you so much, especially your grandmother here. It could also be something to do with sage and lavender as well, being a part of this. Somebody's grandmother might have actually grown things like that in her garden. Slay, S-L-Y-I, sliver, H, his. I got a whole bunch of slivers this last week from this blackberry bush. I made it through all the blackberry bushes, all the way up to the last one without getting any kind of slivers. Picked like 1.5 pounds of them before that. And then that last blackberry bush just attacked the fuck out of me. You can still see a little bit of what I got going on. There's still a couple of them that have stuff stuck in them. GT, the gist of something. You may be getting the gist of something, but you might need to delve deeper into something as well. His history, your history or your roots is something that you may want to start delving into. Mist, light, fight, sight, the sight. A lot of you have the sight. You may have been having a lot of dreams recently. This and that are not the same. SN, Q, quiz, question. D. Oh, I also have a sale today on my questions where you can get one question for $8.88 or three for $22.22. And on the questions on my collective reading, they're a lot more in-depth than they will be on my pick-a-card readings. On my pick-a-card readings, they're just going to be very quick answers for you. Y, D, DIY. Somebody could be doing something yourselves or encouraged to do something yourselves. Maybe you've been really wanting to do something yourself. Maybe you've been wanting to do like a house renovation type of project. And you might be nervous or worried or afraid that you're not going to be able to do it very well, or you aren't going to know what you're doing when you do it. There's plenty of information out there for you to be able to figure out how to do this. DUI. So somebody that is an ancestor of yours may have gotten a DUI at some point. They may have had a history of them. Could have been an addict or an alcoholic. Puns. Spun. Y. V. B. P. Bud. R. G. Pry. Pudding. Mishmash. Puddles. There was actually, when I was a kid, I used to make up a lot of stories. When I was a kid, we used to tell, it was when I was like 5 or 6 years old, there was a couple girls that I was hanging out with at that point. We used to tell the boys in the neighborhood that we could jump into the oil puddles, the rainbow puddles, that we could jump into those and we can go to a candy store that only we could get to, and we could get all the candy we wanted to in this other world. Dimensional travel could be something that's also being talked about here. For some of you, your imagination is something that they want you to really hone in on as well. Putty. Sid. Sid and Nancy. I'm not sure exactly what that has to do with. It sounds vaguely familiar, but Sild. Somebody could be doing community service around you as well. Boy. Biz. Bus. Prude. Prim. Fry. Time. Tim. Stimulus. Stimulated. There could be something going on in your world right now to kind of stimulate some sort of action for you. Some of you could actually be getting ready to receive some sort of funds in some way. We have funds in here too, actually. I just noticed that. Mud. Somebody could actually be going through a defamation suit of some kind as well. Hidden. Somebody could have a hidden will. Prue. Prue from Charmed came to mind when I said Prue. Chris. Somebody could be finding out about a child they didn't know they had as well. Timer. Delight. When I said delight, what popped into my mind was that Turkish delight from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, where the witch made that Turkish delight to basically cause them to kind of fall under her spell. Yum. Make sure you're paying attention to food that's being prepared for you by others at this time. Fist. rude, divide. United we stand and divided we fall. That is something that I've actually been talking a lot about recently, because everything that they do to inspire fear and hate and negativity and division around us in this world, all of that causes us to fall. Whereas that unity, that trust, that light energy, that love, the caring, the giving, the generosity, those are the beautiful things in this world that brings us all together. 42. Mundane. Remember to make sure that you are not falling into fear when it comes to certain situations. Make sure that you're listening to your heart and not your mind too, yes, but not the fear that's generated by people around you. Liza. Hook just popped into my mind. The movie Hook. Fun. Funny. Make sure you're taking some time out for fun as well. For some of you, you might actually be a very proficient comedian as well. Puffy. Somebody could have a puffy jacket. 22. Side pocket. You might actually keep something in your side pocket that came from an ancestor. The tide is turning at this time. Rubber. Burning rubber. You may be moving very quickly towards something, or moving very quickly to accomplish something. Mighty. For some reason, Achilles' heel just came to mind too. Everyone has a weakness, and even a giant can be taken down by somebody very small. Don't give up hope on whatever situation it is that you may be facing. It could seem like there's no way possible that you're going to be able to make it through whatever it is that you are facing at this time. But there is some hidden help going on behind the scenes as well. Fly. If I was invisible, then I could just watch you in your room. If hearts were unbreakable, then I could just tell you where I stand. I would make you mine tonight if I was invisible. Oh wait, I already am. So somebody here could be feeling very invisible in a certain situation too. This is going back to that speaking and expressing yourself energy. There's really a need here for you to speak up. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be heard. You're very intelligent, and what you have to say is very important. It can actually shift a lot of perspectives. You're going to bring a lot of inspiration to people through your speech. There's definitely something here about your family as well, especially your siblings. If you have sisters especially. Possibly something to do with your child too. The need to dive deeper, to really delve into things. The time, the effort, the energy that you put into things is what you're going to get back out. Some of you may be thinking about making something for the people that you love in your life, and they're saying that this is a really good idea. Don't put it off and do what you are wanting to do today. Puppy. Pussy is here too. I'm thinking that some of you could have dealt with a lot of like hurtful things done to make you feel bad about having a lot of emotions. But your emotions are your strength. They're your power. It is not weak to have emotions. It is a very big strength to have emotions. Hi, Emla. As soon as I receive payment, I will make sure to answer your question after this opening message. It is $8.88, and you can send it through Cash App or PayPal. My links are in the description below. Well, my Cash App cash tag is down there, and my link for PayPal is down there. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate your purchase. I appreciate anybody who supports this channel, whatever way you do that. Purchases, likes, shares, subscribes, donations, Amazon wish list purchases, everything that you guys do, it really helps me out so much. So thank you guys a lot for that. Awesome. Thank you, beautiful. Buddy. There's a movie called Buddy. I actually got it out of a cereal box when I was younger. They put DVDs in a cereal box for a very short time span, and that was one of the ones that they put in there. Such a great movie. It was a movie where this woman, regardless of what anybody else thought, regardless of how many people felt like she shouldn't be doing that, how crazy they thought she was and said she was and acted like she was, she decided that she was going to adopt a couple chimpanzees and raise them like children. And then she adopted a gorilla and raised it like a child as well. Sly. There were some sad moments in it. Purdy. You got a purty mouth, boy. Sorry. It was reminding me of something between me and somebody else at one point. Sid. Lid. Lippy. Yeah, you guys could have at times a really hard time dealing with people when they get aggressive with you. Or when they get really cruel with their words or their actions. You can have a really hard time with that because of things that you've gone through before. The things that you're going through at this time, your fur babies, things that you're going through at this time are helping you to be able to overcome that energy. It's helping you to be able to purge. Purge is in here too. Bids. It's helping you to be able to purge out that energy, to cleanse yourself, to free yourself of that pain and of that chain that keeps you very attached to other people's energy or the way other people act or the way that they say things or do things. That way you no longer have to worry about it so much. Flynn Rider. I'm not sure where that comes from, but video. Hives. In our family picture, we look pretty perfect. Can't we go back to that, please? The song Perfect by Pink is coming through right now, too. If you ever feel like you're less than perfect, you're perfect to me. You're beautiful to me. You're beautiful to a lot of people around you. And it is so hard sometimes to hold on to that. But you are. Rug. And the rug thing is reminding me of the song. I was getting kind of used to having someone to love. You put my guard down, and then you pull the rug. I was getting kind of used to being someone you loved. Some of you could really be feeling like the rug was just pulled out from underneath your feet in some way because of things that you found out about, fumbling. Somebody may have fumbled things. Somebody may have been in a very self-sabotaging energy, and they could have hurt you with this energy. There's a need for a deep dive here. It should be down there. I think it's actually down there twice, weirdly enough. One of these days I need to redo my description box so it's not so, because it's a little unorganized, I think. There's a broken heart here. Yeah, somebody has definitely had their heart broken, and not just broken, but like smashed to pieces. Really hurt, and it was kind of like out of nowhere. It's like somebody just took a hammer to your heart and smashed it into little pieces. And then I'll smash it with a hammer. Ha 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 ha. You're very temperate and stable. You could have been dealing with somebody that just had a lot of darkness within them. A good friend to have with good self-control. So you're a very good friend in people's lives. I feel like you're a very caretaking, nurturing, loving person. Somebody who's very stable, very strong, very down to earth, very grounded as well, and stubborn. And you have a very good self-control. There might actually be somebody that might be kind of upset about the amount of self-control that you have, and not necessarily upset at you. I feel like they're very angry at themselves because they're having a really hard time with something in their life as far as self-control goes. Snug as a bug in a rug. When they're around you, they feel very comfortable, very safe, very warm. They feel extremely happy to be around you when they're around you. Got your payment, sweetheart. Thank you so much for that. And just throw your question down below, and right after this opening message, I will do your question. The toxicity of our city. The toxicity of our city. Of our city. You, what do you own the world? How do you own disorder? Disorder. Now, somewhere between the sacred silence is we. Disorder, disorder, disorder. Some of you could actually be dealing with somebody that has just kind of disappeared on you, went silent on you in some sort of way. Everything could have been going good. There might have been a lot of peace between you. There could have been a good friendship building between you. And they could have just disappeared. And that could be part of what is hurting you so much as well. Because with the sacred silence, it breeds disorder. When people just disappear like that, it can really affect us. That's one of the things I'm going to do a video on here in the near future too, is breadcrumbing. Because it is really hard to overcome that feeling that you get when people breadcrumb or when they ghost. And 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with you, and it has to do with themselves. It has to do with some sort of abandonment issue, same as why you feel upset about it. Because most of the time you feel upset about it because of your own abandonment issues. But the reasons people are handling things the way they are when they breadcrumb and ghost, 9 times out of 10, is not to be evil or to manipulate or to be cruel in any way. It's because of their own abandonment issues as well. They just handle them a different way, which is also why you attract each other into your lives, because you both have abandonment issues. So you're attracting that same energy, but that same energy may handle things in a different way than you do, in a way that you don't quite understand, because you wouldn't do that to somebody because of how much pain it causes you. When it comes to that and people breadcrumb or they ghost, I'm not saying it's necessarily right, but give them back the same energy. Don't hold space for them. Don't worry about them. Don't message them 500 times. Pull your energy back. Focus on what you got going on. Focus on your life. And when they come back around again, just be like, oh, hey, what's up? And when they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? I mean, I thought we were friends, or, you know, whatever. Just be like, you know what? I thought we were too. And then you just fucking disappeared. And that's not cool. There's a lot of abundance coming your way. And it may be really hard to see that because of the lack or the toxicity around you in some way. Deliver us to the promised land. Got your payment, sweetheart. Thank you for that. Thank you for the tip as well. That is awesome. I really appreciate the tips from you guys when you do that. Or the donations. Anything you guys do to support me in my work, thank you. Go ahead and throw your question down there and I will answer it here in a minute. Yeah, it's going to be raining fucking abundance on your head. You're going to be turning this pain into abundance, into fertility, into growth. This pain is going to help you learn. It's going to help you overcome. It's going to help you shift into that next level. It's going to be causing a lot of changes in your life and in your energy and within yourself. Instead of feeling like you lack for some reason because of the ways that people have treated you, you're going to start realizing and noticing that those people are busy feeling like they lack, and that's why they're acting the way they are. And then you might start noticing some of the ways that you have been acting because of the feelings of lack within yourself. Some of the ways that you might have been relying on others a little too heavily for your outside validation or your support or anything like that. And you're going to be shifting that and relying more on yourself, feeling more self-confident and self-respect. Agent 47, hired an agent. Failed hit, undercover, accidentally undercover, dirty cops, secret feds, phones hacked. So some of you are also finding out about somebody that was in your sphere that was only there for a particular reason as well, that was there to find out information about you, or that was there to spy on you in some way, or has been spying on you in some way. Some of you may also be finding out about a failed attempt on your life in some way, or possibly a failed attempt on causing a death in whatever religious or spiritual views that you have. There may actually be somebody getting ready to stand up for you or getting ready to defend you in some sort of way. Or there could even be somebody that has information that is going to help in some sort of situation with you as well, especially if you're dealing with some sort of court situation or some sort of situation with dirty cops or with some sort of hit. Or just people around you like spying on you. Allow yourself to be blown where the wind blows. There's light and dark in everything and everyone. Once you accept both your light and your dark, once you accept the light and the dark of others, you can love more unconditionally, and you can allow yourself to just be you. The thing that just came to mind actually is freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. If it ain't nothing, baby, it ain't free, yeah. I like Pink's version of that song too. But you're going to be really stepping into this free love type of energy a bit more. And this chlorine bottle here always makes me think of sipping on straight chlorine. There's a song called Chlorine. Good night, Rashima. I hope you have a good night. Somebody could definitely have been trying to poison you in some sort of way. Poison your actions, or poison your body or your mind, or literally physically poison you in some sort of way. And there might actually be, there might have actually been a federal agent that could have actually been taken out as well, because that somewhat reminds me of the guy that was in town at one point that said something about being a federal agent. That is definitely a good question to ask there. Almost done with this, and then I will be answering that question for you. So much hate, it's hard to see. There could be somebody that's extremely racist too, that you've been dealing with in some way. Someone may have a lot of hate for you, or you may have a lot of hate within you that is causing this distorted view as well of the world around you. Because it's really hard to see anything pure or clean or good or loving about the world around you when you're in a very low vibrational energy, and when you are living in the energy of fear. So it's time to drop the fear and pick up the faith. It's time to really tap into that faith. To ground yourself, to find your patience, to find your stability, to find your strength within. to rely on your guides and to rely on your angels, and to also know that whatever happens is meant to happen in the way that it happens. And nothing we can do can change that. If say for instance, I'm meant to die. I'm meant to die when I'm meant to die. And it doesn't matter what I do, because when I'm meant to go, I am meant to go. And when I'm meant to be here, I'm going to be here. There was a guy at one point in time that said something about he was really suicidal. And he also said something about, might as well be a serial killer, which, could have something to do with particular things, but it could also have something to do with the fact that he was an alcoholic at one point in time, and he got in a car accident and it killed his wife and his daughter. So, different things it could be. But we were driving over this bridge over water at one point, and he's like, I don't understand why they got to put those guardrails there. If those weren't there, we could just drive off this bridge right into the water. And I know there's a lot of you on here who've heard this story before if you've been here for a while. And there was a thrill of fear that went through me. Honestly, he sent that thrill of fear towards me. He sent that fear towards me because he was going to feed on it. There's people who do that. There are people who do that. People can send emotions to you, just like you can send peace and love to people. When you're an empath and you're working to heal people, you create that energetic essence of peace, love, light, hope, all those things around you. You create that calming atmosphere. You have to have the strongest energy in the room in order to keep it that atmosphere. But this guy was sending fear to me. And all of a sudden the radio starts playing. Not gonna drown in the water, 'cause the good Lord ain't bringing me home. And I looked at him and I just started laughing. There's no fear left anymore. Because they were there to guide me and to let me know, hey, we got your back. Don't worry about this joker. So look for those signs, because they are there all the time, sending you those signs. And I looked at him and laughed, and he looked at me like I had 3 heads or something. All of a sudden he was afraid. And I was like, here's the thing. I already told you, I'm here for a reason. And until they're ready to bring me home, I'm not going anywhere. So if you drive off this bridge today, the only one dying is you. Never had a problem with him again. Transformation is coming in for you. Transformation that's going to bring a lot of beauty, abundance, fertility, growth, and it's also going to be enhancing your gifts, especially your gift of sight. The daisy is the symbol of the day's eye. Being able to see things very clearly, being able to see the truth of things, being able to understand things. My oldest daughter's middle name is actually Daisy. It's spelled a little bit different, D-A-Y-S-I-E, because it matches her first name of Beja. No longer chained down. With these transformations, you are going to be freeing yourself. You're no longer going to be chained down. You're no longer going to be stuck, stagnant, feeling like you can't move to the next level, feeling like you can't upgrade or level up in some way. You're going to be feeling very good about yourself, and you're going to be feeling very free, very free. Free as the wind blows. Unexpected betrayal always cuts deep. And a lot of you could have found out about some sort of unexpected betrayal. If you haven't yet, you will be in the near future. And this unexpected betrayal is something that has really hurt your heart. It has caused a lot of ice to form around your heart. And it's time now for that melting of winter. On my other channel, Dee's StoryTime, you can find a link for it in the description box below. That's my poetry channel. Really appreciate any support over there that you guys give me as well. You can find a poem on there called The Melting of Winter. And that's what that's reminding me of. It's this transformation that's going to cause your heart to align again. It's going to cause you to open up again. It's going to cause you to feel very warm again, very loving again. Somebody could be Muslim or Islamic. There could definitely be some sort of hatred due to racism. There could also be hatred due to religions here as well, and religious beliefs. Or because you are different in general from the rest of the population around you. Somebody could have dealt with a lot of domestic violence as well. There was somebody I actually worked with at one point in time that was stuck in a relationship or felt very stuck in a relationship, like she couldn't leave, like if she tried to leave, this person would kill her or would make sure that she suffered for it in some way. In her home country, they are allowed to kill them if they decide to leave. It's time to also be very grateful for some of the freedoms that you have that others don't. Breaking out of that shell. Yeah, some of you could have definitely dealt with some sort of isolation, domestic violence. You could have dealt with people trying to keep you from expressing yourself, trying to make you feel very stuck, very burdened. They could have been distracting you or trying to keep your plate very full all the time of so much shit that you wouldn't be able to even think straight, let alone take care of yourself or do anything for you. Good morning and good night. The Truman Show just came to mind when I said that. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whole life he was living in a made-up fake world where everyone had control over his life and what was going on in it. But he broke free. He didn't let fear stop him. He kept going until he couldn't go anymore to make sure that he was able to pull himself out of that. He didn't believe everyone that was telling him he was crazy around him. He didn't, give in to that. He decided to follow his intuition and trust in that rather than the people around him. We have 1111. Abundance, good luck, good fortune, on the right track, divine meaning. Everything falls into place, synchronicities. So right now you are seeing a lot of synchronicities, a lot of signs. You're understanding things a lot better as well. I feel like there is a situation in a lot of your lives where there's been a separation or there's been some distance created, or there has been like where forcefully you and somebody that you love or care about have not been able to be in each other's energy, have not been able to be around each other for some reason, or have not been able to be in much contact with each other for some reason. This is happening so that you can both get aligned and get on your path, so that you can both be feeling good, so that you both can level up. And then when you come back together, you're going to be in an energy that's going to create a lot of changes and a lot of beauty in this world. So that's what we got for the opening message here. Your ancestors definitely have a lot to say about a lot of different things in your life. Distance, yeah. Ooh, the herb thyme may be important for somebody as well. If somebody's trying to pry into your business, that could actually be something that would be good for a ritual. I haven't delved into the spiritual uses of thyme so much, but I am Rosemary's granddaughter, spitting image of my father. Rosemary's Baby's coming to mind as well, and the hand that rocked the cradle. For some of you, you could be finding something out about your childhood or about when you were born as well, 44. So, Amala. Is this person genuine, or do they have some sort of ulterior motive? Let's check into this for you. Thank you guys once again for whatever support you send this way. Likes, shares, comments, subscribes, timestamps, donations, purchases, any tips you send, or anybody who orders anything from my Amazon wish list, anybody who supports this channel or my other channel. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for that. Let's see what our guides have to say about this woman you're dealing with. First off, the very first thing that popped into my mind when I read your question: don't let anybody push you to go faster than you want to go, or make you feel uncomfortable in a connection. If you need to say something, then say something. No, it's okay, sweetheart. I don't need your name. And sometimes it can be really hard to figure out exactly what to say. But if this person is like messaging you all the time or wanting to meet up or things like that, and you're just not feeling very comfortable with it, just be like, you know what? I don't really know you yet. We're just getting ready to, or we're just meeting each other. And I got a lot going on in my life that I have to take care of. I'm busy a lot, so I don't really have a whole lot of time to be on here talking to you so much. And honestly, I would feel more comfortable if we got to know each other a little bit better before we actually meet in person as well. I personally, I used to meet a lot of people online back in the day. I've actually talked to a lot of people, like, even back in MySpace time. There was one girl that I talked to that was from Haiti, and I talked to her about a lot of the sexual abuse that she had endured. And boy, I am really glad I did not grow up in that country and I wasn't born there, because wow. But anyway, there's a lot of people that I helped that way up until I started becoming more in the spotlight. And once I started being more in the spotlight or having more people around me, there was a lot of fake accounts that were created to mess with me or to find out information on me. If you don't feel comfortable expressing certain information about yourself to this person, don't do it. 4122. I really do feel like, though, this is a chance for you to be able to create a good friendship. But it does need to be built on a solid foundation, which requires you to be very honest about your feelings in the situation. 33. Taurus. This is definitely a learning experience for you. This is something that's going to help you to be able to overcome things or to be able to grow or learn in some way. This could be a third party in some way. Not sure what they're meaning by that. There might be something that's going to shock you as well that's going to be happening. And this Taurus card always reminds me of like targeting because of the bullseye here. Music could be something very important as well. Music's going to bring you a lot of peace. You could be worried a lot. You could be stressing a lot. You could be having a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of good music that can really help with that. The first song that popped in my mind is "Don't Worry, Be Happy Now." Bob Marley's a good one for that as well. Let's see what else it says before I answer that part. Often overlooked but totally golden. Wishes do come true. I'm wishing for the one I love to find me today. You've been very overlooked a lot in your life, but you are totally golden. You may have a lot of information or a lot of wisdom or a lot of knowledge to share in some way. So we have the Two of Cups. I almost thought that was the Three of Cups. The Knight of Scythes. Yes, there's definitely something going on with some sort of third-party situation. Somebody that's very in and out, hot and cold, on and off, impulsive in some way. Somebody may be rushing in really quickly, love bombing. Yeah, they could definitely be doing a thing where they're like trying to recognize you, trying to give you compliments, trying to get in there to find something out in some way. Maybe even to try to find out in some way if you're having an affair or something along those lines. Or somebody may be like laying it on thick right now so they can disappear, and then it would cause you some pain or some or something like that, to where it may like fuel their energy in some way. There's definitely friendship here because you got the Two of Cups. But in this Two of Cups, we also have Buffy and Faith. And Buffy and Faith had a very tumultuous relationship. Faith was kind of a bad influence on Buffy. She also kind of tried to pull her away from her path. And she also kind of got very jealous and upset with her because of the amount of support she had in her life, or the friendship or love she had in her life, or things like that. There was a lot that went on between them. It was like the shadow side and the light side embodied there. Eventually, Faith did come around to the good side, but it was long after her and Buffy fell out as well. Six of Pentacles and the Chariot. So yeah, somebody's taking very quick action to give in some way. But I feel like it's because they want something from you. Maybe they want recognition from you or validation from you in some way. Or maybe they want what you have in some way. I feel like you're also being told to be generous as well. To take action to balance out the scales, balance out the give and take here. Because this person might actually get really upset if you passive aggressively handle this. I think that's what it is I think that right now it's a good energy, but this person is putting too much investment and too much stock in this situation. And there needs to be action taken to express how you're feeling about it, and express that you really don't know this person. It's not like you guys are best friends. It's not like, so you guys kind of need to initiate some boundaries in this connection. There's nothing here that actually indicates that it's like although there is 47 on the screen right now, and we had the Agent 47 one come out earlier. But I feel like this person may feel very underappreciated if you continue on the path that you're on right now. And you may need to let this person know how you're feeling. I feel like that is the best thing that you can do at this time. I'm going to pull one more card. Yeah. And because your intuition is very spot on, that's why. And now we did get the card that indicates that there is definitely something going on here, some sort of sneaky something going on here. This person may be trying to, once again, glean that information from you. They may also be trying to kind of like swoop in and take what you have and then take it and use it in some way to get recognition for it themselves as well. I've had a lot of that happen myself, even with people asking questions on here. Especially if you're not putting as much value on what you have to offer as you should be, because they can take that and they can gain more from it than what you're asking for it. Try not to judge the situation, though. Try to remain very open-minded. Somebody from the past may not be able to let go of a situation as well. They may have felt like they weren't good enough in some way, or they may have felt like very ashamed of their actions in some way, and this person is wanting to level up in some way so that they can take action in a better way. I feel like they are very inspired by you, and they see you as a leader. They see you as somebody who has a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, a lot of understanding of things that they don't have understanding of. And I feel like they may want to emulate you in some way instead of loving themselves as they are. But I feel like this person is upgrading in some way through the knowledge or information that you're giving them. But also remember that whatever you're putting out there is going to come back to you as well. So that is what I have for your question. I hope that made sense. So let's see what else our ancestors have for us today. And remember, guys, if you want to be able to make a purchase, I am doing a special today too. It's $8.88 for one question, or 3 for $22.22. You can find my Cash App and PayPal in the description box below. Send payment, throw your question below, and I will answer them as they come in between messages. Thank you guys again as well for anything that you do to support this channel. Liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, leaving timestamps, donations, hitting the little super thanks button, or making purchases on my Amazon wish list, checking out my other channel and doing the same things over there. All of that stuff helps me out so much. Thank you guys for that. You're welcome, sweetheart. I'm glad it made sense. And I didn't mean to do that. And I hope you get through this situation with clarity. Trust in your intuition as you deal with it, though, as well. Also, if there's any kind of self-esteem issues you might have going on, it might be time to address those as well, because that could be part of the reason you're feeling the way you are, too, about it. So, let's see what other messages we have. We have Virgo, again, Aquarius. Somebody's father could be coming into the message at this time as well. Or grandfather, Gemini, Capricorn. There could be somebody two-faced in your life, or there could be some sort of gossip going on. There could be some sort of like telephone game going on where one person says something and then it goes to the next person, it goes to the next person, and it gets kind of more warped and twisted and distorted as it goes. Pisces, intuitive. Funny that that came out, because I actually said Pisces intuitive too when I pulled out the first group of zodiac as well, because on this one it says that, but it was the regular ones like these that came out. There could be something to do with your there's definitely something to do with your family here, like your siblings and your child. Somebody's getting ready to express something. Somebody's getting ready to expose something. Somebody may also be getting ready to inspire you in some way through their actions. You may want to take out some extra time to pray and meditate at this time as well. Your hard work is paying off. Some of you could be going to school to learn about new things, or you may just be learning about new things through the cycles that you're working through and the chains you're breaking in some way. You're leveling up and upgrading in some sort of way in your life. These level ups and upgrades are also going to create a reconnection with some of the people that you love in your life as well. Fur babies could definitely be something here. The love you have for your fur babies is very beautiful. Your ancestors love the way that you treat your pets. BS. Bullshit. Be G, there's a card game that's called Bullshit too, where you basically bluff your way through it. B, G, C, D, U, bus, P, pus. There may be somebody in your life who's trying to fake it till they make it. M, like with the confidence or something along those lines. Pump. Y, bump. Somebody could have a baby bump going on right now. F, Q, Y, buy. Somebody could have a mother who has some issues with anorexia coming to mind right now. U, mumps, measles. F, Q, A, dad. D, fad. Z, M, make. P, pummel. E, muse, music, making music. Pam, paid, pad. Fume, fumes. Pay attention to any kind of smells that may be odd to you. Fae, the Fae realm, the fairy realm could be something very important as well. I actually made a couple fairy houses this year. You may want to take some time to do something nice for nature, because this will help you in your life as well. Pay. Somebody may want to pay you to do some sort of, there might be like house remodeling, or there might be like electrical work, or like a DIY project that you're going to be doing that you're going to be getting paid for in the near future. Fuses, fused. Puppy. Somebody may be getting a new puppy. Somebody may have a pet that passed away that also has a message for them as well. Your sadness is not something that they love to see. It's gonna be a good day, 'cause ain't nobody gonna die today, and ain't nobody gonna cry today. It's gonna be a good day. You could be worried a little bit too much about deaths in your life. You might have experienced a lot of deaths in a very short time period, and this could be causing you to focus too much on death, and it could actually be causing some problems in your life. I went skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing, I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu 44. And I loved deeper, and I swore to keep her, and I took those chances I'd been denying. Someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying. Furry. Phase. Days. Cry. You may need to spend some time crying to let out some of that pain that's been going on. Hello.
Hello.
Some of you could be doing some research on ghosts, or on supernatural or spiritual occurrences in some way. Strange feelings and foreign thoughts. There might be a certain place around you that you may actually be feeling like has a lot of like maybe haunted. Somebody may be researching very